Hello there, you're welcome to class, and we will be talking about fraction. Fraction will be our topic today, and just like what we learned in primary one, fraction is a part of a whole. So that is what fraction is, part of a whole. Remember that time we're using, if you have an orange bit, let's try to use something like a pizza. We have Okay, I hope my circle is cool. So this is a pizza. So now this pizza here is a whole because we've not done anything to it. We've not cut it. It's a complete pizza. So now we can have parts of this pizza. Now we can cut this pizza. First we can cut it into two equal parts. We have the first part here. We have the second part. But I want to cut it into four equal parts. So you have four equal parts. Okay, so now we see now that our pizza has four equal parts. That's four equal parts. Now in this pizza, it could be part of the some parts of the pizza that are mainly made of cheese. Okay, so we have these parts made of cheese. All the four parts, let's say all the four parts are made of cheese. So they are made of cheese, made of cheese. This made of cheese, this other one here made of cheese. So all the four parts are made of cheese. But now we could have a part of this pizza that is made of olives. So we could have olives here, olives are here in this other part, olives here in this other part. Now, can I ask you a question? Um, what part of the pizza is made of only cheese? Only cheese. Now, you need to look at the part that is made of only cheese, and we have it here that all the four parts are made of cheese. The question is which part is made of only cheese? So you have only cheese here, one part, two parts, three parts. So we have three parts over the four equal part that we have. So we have three over four parts made of cheese. Made of cheese. Alright, so we could also have another question. Let's have another question like how many parts of this pizza is made of only of made of olives? So the total part of the pizza that we have remains four, right? Yes, four. And the part that is made of olives, we have only one part. So because one over four parts is made of olives. Olives. Okay. And just to refresh our mind on something that we've learned before now, you could also have something like a candy bar. You could have a candy bar. Okay, let me try to draw a candy bar. Could have right, so let's proceed and try to have a candy bar here, right? And I can have this candy bar divided into five parts and try to cut it into five parts. First one, two, three, four. They are not really equal. I wanted to have four equal parts, but let's make use of that, right? Okay, so one of the parts I can decide to maybe this other part I ate this other part, this other part I ate this part. So this part was eaten off. Maybe this other part also I decided to eat this other part as well of this candy bar. Alright, and now we could have something. First and foremost, how many parts do we have? This candy bar, one, two, three, four, five. That should be five equal parts. So we now have total is five parts. And then the question could be asked, what's the fraction that has been eaten? What's the fraction that has been eaten? So the numbers, the part that has been eaten is one and two. So the fraction that has been eaten is two over five. Two over five parts has been eaten up, has been eaten. And then there could be another look at it this other way. Maybe question could ask how many parts has not been eaten. remember the total part that we have is 5, so total part is 5, and the part that has not been eaten is 1, 2, 3. So the fraction is 3 over 5. 3 over 5. All right, so 3 over 5 parts has not been eaten. All right, so let us move to something, because we need to start taking some of our examples when it comes to fraction. Let's remind ourselves of something very important, and that will be types of fraction. So let's have this: types of fraction. Type of fraction. Can you remember the types of fractions that we have? Very simple, right? Look at types of fraction. We have the first one here is what we call the proper fraction. We have proper fraction. All right, proper fraction. Now, okay, before we even look at this proper fraction, let's see parts. The parts of a fraction. For example, if we have the fraction always have the form a over b. That's the form of the fraction, where a is what we call the word the numerator. Yes, need to remind ourselves of this. Pertinent we do that. A is the numerator, and we have the b. The b is what we call the denominator. The fraction always have this part. They always have the form of a over b, where a is the numerator, b is the denominator. Okay, so when we're talking about a proper fraction is a fraction whereby the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So we can have an example of a proper fraction. We could have it as just something like 7 over 1 over 10. 7 over 10. Why is it proper? Because 7 is smaller than 10, meaning 10 here can comfortably carry 7. So that is proper fraction. The next thing that we are going to look at is the next type of fraction is what we call, can you remember? All right, I know you can. So the next one is improper fraction. Improper fraction. All right, and you will agree with me that improper fraction will just be like the opposite of proper fraction. The improper fraction will be a fraction whereby the numerator will be bigger than the denominator. So you can have example like 17 over 6. My god, 17 over 6. 17 is way bigger than 6, and 17 here is what the numerator, while 6 is the denominator. So this is an example of an improper fraction. Great. The third type of fraction that will be the third type of fraction is mixed number. Mixed number. Yeah, mixed number. Now it's made up of 3 parts. Now we have it's made up of 3 parts: the whole number part, and the proper fraction part. The whole number part and the proper fraction part. So we can have like an example of it as, let's take it like we have number 5 whole number, 2 over 3. This here is an example of a mixed number. Why? Because look at it here. This 5 here is what we call the whole number. Whole number is here, and our 2 over 3 is the proper fraction part. We have the proper fraction part here. So mixed number has 2 parts: the whole number part, and also has the proper fraction part. The fraction part of it must be proper fraction. Okay, and remember we can always change from mixed number. Now change from mixed number to improper fraction. improper fraction, and also vice versa. We can also change from an improper fraction to a mixed number. Let's use the mixed number that we have in example, and let's try to do something before we take some WAEC examples. Okay, changing from mixed number to improper fraction. The mixed number that we have in this example is 5 whole number 2 over 3, right? Okay, so we're going to change it to improper fraction, and for us to change that, we're simply going to multiply this denominator by the whole number, and then add it up with the denominator here. So that will be 5 times 3, and we just start by saying 3 times 5, 15, 15 plus 2, that is 17, 17 all over 3, 17 all over 3. So you've seen that we've been able to change this mixed number here to what we have here now, the improper fraction. Why is it improper? Because the numerator is way bigger than the denominator. Yes, that's why it is improper. And also we can return it back from improper fraction. We can return it back to mixed number. How do we do that? Now, if we want to change this 17 over 3 to back to mixed number, what we're going to do will be for us to divide first. We're going to divide first by saying divide 17 by 3, and when we divide, the remainder will be as our numerator. Let's just go straight and deal with. So let's divide this. 3 has to itself 1. 3 will come into 17 how many times? That will be 5 times the remainder 2. So this will make up our answer, 5 times remainder 2. And the one that we have here, this 5 times here, will take the place of our whole number. Great. Now these 2 here will be our numerator, and the 3 we were dividing with will be our whole number. You've seen successfully we've been able to return this improper fraction back to mixed number, and as well we can also return it from this mixed number, can return it back to improper fraction. How do we return it? Multiply 3 times 5, 15, 15 plus 2 gives us 17 all over the denominator. All right, so just a way of us to refresh our brain when it comes to fraction, the types of fraction, what a fraction is. And before I end this class, I want you to know that we can do so many operations when it comes to fraction. Oh, right, I need to take that out. Can do so many operations when it comes to fraction. We can do our multiplication, we can do our subtraction, we can do our which other operation do we have? Yeah, and take care of our multiplication, and also okay, let's have our multiplication sign well, and also we can of course can take care of our and do our division. These basic operations in mathematics, just like what we could do with that whole numbers like 1, 10, 15, and the rest of them, we can also carry out basic operations when it comes to fraction. As we take some examples in our next class, you will enjoy more. All right, so the next one, we're going to take some WAEC questions on fractions, because our aim is to get you ready for your external examination, WAEC, NECO, your JAM, and the rest. So we're going to take some WAEC example in our next class. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.